everyone, welcome to my kitchen. My name is Aisalu and today I will show you how to make the most amazing dessert from the Tatar cuisine called Chak-chak. Chak-chak has been the most popular sweet dish in my culture for ages. And it is considered a pretty fancy dish to make because sometimes it may take up to a few hours to fully make it. That's why most of the time people would make chak-chak for weddings, for cultural events like Sabantuy or some other special occasions like that. Bring together 2 eggs and 2 egg yolks in a bowl and mix them with a mixer until you see little bubbles on the surface. Sift your flour and gradually add it to the egg mix. Add a little bit of ice cold water as you are mixing everything. Add a pinch of yeast and salt. Knead the dough until it becomes smooth. It may take up to 20 minutes if you knead by hand. The dough has to be stretchy and it shouldn't stick to your hands. When the dough is ready, wrap it in plastic and put it in the fridge for 30 to 40 minutes. Once it's chilled, take it out and cut the dough into 4 quarters. Shape a little ball out of each quarter and roll out the dough into a thin sheet. Cut the sheet into a half-inch wide strips using a pizza cutter or a knife. Now cut each strip into thin or sometimes thick short noodles. You can combine a couple of strips and cut them at once. Just make sure to dust them with flour so they don't stick together. In a medium pot, pour some oil, enough to cover half of the batch we made. Let the oil heat first. Throw in a piece of dough. If the oil bubbles up and the dough swims up on the surface, the oil is ready for cooking. Put the noodles in the oil and stir, helping them come up to the top. You may want to start preparing your next quarter of the dough while the noodles are frying. However, don't forget about them and stir them occasionally so they fry evenly. As soon as the noodles turn golden brown from both sides, transfer them into a deep bowl with a piece of paper towel at the bottom to get rid of the excess oil. When all the noodles are fried, start making your syrup. In a small pot, heat up your honey, add sugar to it. Cook the syrup on medium heat by constantly stirring it until it starts boiling. Make sure you don't overcook the syrup. It's not supposed to turn brown. Otherwise, you will get lollipops, not syrup. You can test it by dropping a little drop of syrup in cold water. Then pull out that drop and try to roll it into a little bowl. If it smears between your fingers, the syrup is not ready yet. If it's rolling into a bowl, it's ready. Pour the hot syrup onto the fried noodles. You can start mixing everything in the bowl. And then I recommend transferring it onto a flat surface, as it will be easier to mix everything, making sure that the noodles get soaked in syrup. Otherwise, the syrup has the tendency to settle at the bottom of the bowl if not mixed properly. The syrup may still be hot. That's why constantly wet your hands in cold water and keep mixing. Water will also keep the noodles away from sticking to your hands. When you feel like everything is well mixed, start pressing the noodles together, shaping a round pyramid. Press it well so the noodles stick together and don't fall apart. Let the chak-chak sit in a room temperature place for a couple of hours, letting everything stick together. The dessert is ready, and here's the most exciting moment. Actually, one of the most exciting moments, cutting it. It's so crispy and soft at the same time. I don't even know how to explain it. It's like so fresh, crispy. And here's my huge piece. See guys, it's all soaked up in the honey syrup. Welcome back everyone. The chak-chak is ready and look what we got. It did take me a couple of hours to make it, and I also had to let it sit for a while just so that it gets soaked with all the syrup and stuff. But let's give it a try and I will let you know how it tastes. My gosh, this chak-chak is heavenly. It literally melts in my mouth. The dough part is all soaked with the syrup and it tastes like honey. Also, it's so crispy and soft at the same time. If you guys have never tried chak-chak, please make it. Let me know in the comments below what you thought. Remember to subscribe to my channel and like this video. And I will see you guys in my next videos.